Federal government assures increased surveillance in border communities to ensure safety of lives and property. Harsh weather condition. Experts suggest persons' environmental hygienic procedures to mitigate vulnerability. Good evening. You are welcome to Ijebu News at 7. I am Titilayo. Okay. Thanks for staying tuned with us. Now, the news in details. Federal government has assured to increase surveillance in the nation's border communities to protect the lives of residents and the security situation in the country. Vice President Kashim Shettima stated this during a meeting with a delegation from the Border Communities Development Agency. The report.
The importance of border communities in national security and pledged continued support for their developmental needs. The Vice President acknowledged the need for residents to feel a sense of belonging as Nigerians are short of the government's commitment to improving access to health care and other essential services, urging the agency to develop a roadmap to increase government funding. Executive Secretary of the agency, Junaid Abdullahi, appealed for more funding to the agency to fulfill its mandate.
The House of Representatives Committee on National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, is appealing for the suspension of the ban on sachet alcoholic beverages, pending final resolution of the House on the matter. This is coming after the committee public hearing with relevant stakeholders in the industry. John Yaku has the details.
Is a sequel to the enforcement of ban on sachet beverages and PET bottles by NAFDAC, prompting the House to call for investigation into the matter. During the hearing, NAFDAC and the Federal Ministry of Health maintained their positions on the effect of sachet product on the younger generations.
Each country will protect their citizens by making it less reachable. The point that NAFDAC is enforcing is to ban production of alcohol in sachets.
Other stakeholders are of the opinion that NAFDAC should control accessibility by children rather than banning, which they say has thrown many people out of jobs and their investments.
Developed countries, what do? You cannot buy alcohol or alcoholic content without showing your identification. That shows your age. Why don't the product will be counterproductive? Because you are going to open the floor, you are going to give the market to produce out of illicit. As far as the quality of this product is concerned, this product, some of them have actually gotten our mark. After all this, holding markets and taking away jobs of our labor. If we now decide to produce this alcohol in the book that has been mentioned by the ministry, how do you now know that children will not also walk in and purchase? This is not the time. Nigerians are taking on too much of reforms this time that is negatively impacting on us. For we up here will go behind and meet with our leaders, and as soon as possible you will hear from us.
Committee members appealed for more consultations between NAFDAC and other stakeholders while the House completes its legislative processes. In Abuja, John Yakub, NTA News.
As the weather conditions worsen, heightening transmission of microorganisms, guests on Good Morning Nigeria are emphatic that vulnerable persons need extra care and protection. They reiterate that ensuring person and environmental hygienic procedures to mitigate vulnerability is critical. Lydia Sampson reports.
Conditions can be challenging, predisposing people to various ailments, especially persons with pre-existing conditions. The need to imbibe best practices to help mitigate the impact of the weather conditions, guests on Good Morning Nigeria say, must be prioritized.
If you look at Nigerian vegetation cover, it's reducing. Everywhere is becoming bare. So when you build your house, you plaster everywhere, and then because those vegetations help to push back, attract those dust that you see in the air. So you're having it more in the air because the trees are gone, the vegetations are gone. You know, most of the southeast that everybody is building houses and plastering everywhere, then there's erosion because the land is not absorbing the water, the dust is not being trapped.
It will be appropriate to change your clothes at night and during the day. When it is cold, wear warm clothes. When it is hot, wear light clothes. But generally, cotton clothes are the best clothes to wear at this time, especially underwears.
They caution motorists to be mindful of poor visibility that can increase road traffic accidents. With weather conditions unpredictable, the guests are unanimous that the global warming occasioned by climate change is a reality that must be tackled through awareness creation to empower people with knowledge.
So I think it is very important for people to be aware, and they should be sensitized also on some of the harsh weather conditions resulting from the climate change, so that they will know how to protect themselves from some of the health impact of these changes.
So people at this individual level, they should ensure that they protect themselves, adhere to all the advices given by the medical personnel related to their health conditions, part of our habits. A lot of health conditions may be related to lack of exercise, so we have to ensure that that is part of our routine, and then making sure that we keep our surroundings in good condition of hygiene and sanitation. And then personal hygiene, we need to take all these very seriously.
They reiterate the need for eating well, utilizing locally available food resources. The guests also urge persons in snake-prone areas to protect themselves by keeping their communities clean. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
The strong political will Nigeria has needed potentials to leverage from the African continental through trade agreements and summoned by economic challenges faced in the country. These are the views of policymakers at the workshop on economic impact of AICFTA, organized by the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies in collaborations with the Joint Research Center of the European Commission. Mohamed Rabiwali reports.
Nigeria is regarded as the largest economy and most populous in the continent and big player in the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. However, delay in the signing of the agreement until 2021 is causing major setback in the realization of the trade benefits. It is important to note that this meeting of stakeholders is to address and profile solutions as well as put forward the findings on the impact of the African Continental Free Trade Area on the Nigerian economy. I'm going to talk to Mr. Farrell first, since they have the head of Bible, the slide over, so that
as we will do, we are going to establish and adopt an implementation strategy to accelerate the implementation of AFCFTA across West Africa and includes Nigeria.
Others believe that intra-African exports are low compared to other global regions, stressing the need for collaboration.
If you look at the where farmers, farmers are easy, and then you have the potential for global rights. And you bring the global rights, you can trade with the international market and producers. We are ready to do making in terms of legislation, in terms of oversight, in terms of implementation. Everything to domesticate the oral provisions and orders of these.
With the prospect of boosting intra-African trade by 52%, experts say it will lift 30 million Africans out of poverty, raise income by $450 billion by 2035, and eliminate all tariffs among African countries. In Abuja, Mohamed Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Newly appointed heads of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria and that of the Federal Housing Authority have been charged to demonstrate capacity with innovations to bring to bear President Tinubu's determination of providing quality and affordable shelter for Nigerians. Minister of Housing handed down the charge at a meeting with the new appointees in Abuja. Francis Udojo has the details.
National pledge serves as a reminder to the two leading housing agencies, the FMBN and the FHA, now expected to break new grounds. Disappointed with FHA's delivery of only 50,000 houses in its 50 years of existence, much is expected from the new leadership.
What was declared
We have serious housing crisis, and the current efforts, speed of delivery and strategies must be increased to meet the challenge.
Statistics show that FIBN between 1992 to 2023 had only delivered a meager 38,756 houses, which means over a 31-year time frame, it was doing a yearly average of 1,250 housing delivery, disbursing a total of 426 billion naira in mortgage loans and created about 24,629 mortgage loans, a narrative the Minister of Housing says must be improved with speed.
For FIBN, we expect you to meet and exceed the targets of the action plan, and I know you can. The delivery of at least 5,000 new homes annually, with a significant portion of this through the Minimum Cities and Estates program, disbursement of mortgage loans to at least 20,000 Nigerians annually, and this will mean quicker turnaround time and more efficient customer service.
The Minister of Housing, Ahmed Musa Danjira, therefore, reminded the leading housing agencies' leaderships to ensure positive results and put the country's interests first over personal gains. In Abuja, Francis Sudojo, NTA News.
We'll be back shortly after the break. Don't go away.
Hello, my bro. The road is so heavy here, and there's so much traffic. I think we should postpone, huh?
Not a chance. Aisha.
We don't quit, guys. I'll be there.
Done.
Two files received.
I'm on my way. Take first right in 50 meters and you're there.
Copy that. Aisha, where are you?
Guess where?
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Move. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Runway X.
The future of fashion showcasing.
Very impressive. How did you pull that off?
With Nigeria's top tech talents.
And Glow.
Power your relentless ambition with ultra-high-speed data. Glow with pride.
Welcome back. In a bid to promote economic growth, innovation, and entrepreneurship in the country, the federal government is set to create 100,000 jobs before May 29, 2024. The assurance was given by the Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Office of the Vice President, Senator Ibrahim Adeja, at a Job Creation and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Communications Forum in Abuja. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jubila reports.
Here are stakeholders working together to create a pathway for every entrepreneur and job seeker to find meaningful employment and citizens to realize their potentials.
The impact of technology on the economic sector, the social mention of the example and the culture, and technology is the fastest way to actually get some precision into agriculture so that we can improve the output and also encourage the younger generation to participate. And that we cannot do agriculture the traditional way, we must bring technology into it. This is why the ministry is also funded 10 companies that are building new technology solutions to support farmers in the country. Because most SMEs and MSMEs are too small and they find it difficult to navigate the procurement procedures within government. And government in any country is the biggest employer but also the biggest provider of opportunities for businesses. So part of what we're doing at the ministry is to simplify the process for small businesses to also be able to participate in opportunities that are available within government. They are all gathered here today because we believe in the capacity and commitment of MSMEs. And working together, we can collectively create a pathway for every entrepreneur to blossom, every job sector to find meaningful employment. We have public government broadcast platform, including Voice of Nigeria, that broadcasts in 8 languages. Also have NTA, we have News Agency of Nigeria. These are all government platforms that are there for us to continue to. We are already doing that, but I just want to mention that we are available to support every government policy and program.
The meeting is to evaluate strategies for advancing the cause of micro, small and medium enterprises, by improving the ease of doing business, access to financing, provision of critical infrastructure, capacity building and nurturing entrepreneurship skills, as well as creating market access.
So the essence of this is to say, and some of these are the status. In terms of job creation, these are the realistic numbers we can fix.
For the next 4 years, we're going to be empowering 4 million youth, 1 million every year, and we're starting this year. So this year, we're going to be impacting 1 million SMEs, and this impact is going to take different categories or different fields.
As part of efforts to support job creation, the federal government will be unveiling an innovation aimed at creating job market and fostering greater employment opportunities for Nigerians through the establishment of the National Job Center. In Abuja, Abraham Jubriva, NTA News.
And that ends the news for tonight. But before we go, let's take a look at the major stories. Federal government assures increased surveillance in border communities to ensure safety of lives and property. Harsh weather condition, experts suggest pressing environmental hygienic procedures to mitigate vulnerability. That's all we have for you for tonight. I am Titilayo. Okay. Thanks for staying tuned. Good night.